Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, our American campaign. I'm just going to jump right into it. We have the final mission of this stage of the game, and we're going to meet a British fleet head-on. They've been chasing one of our ships, and we're going to rescue it. We're going to take 6 of our ships, with our 5th-rate Hancock, a few 6th-rates, and then some 7th-rate brigs and snows and sloops. So a fairly light fleet, not as fast as I would even like. I picked the Ernie, which is a sloop, not as fast as the Andrew Doria, which is another brig, but it's a little more heavily armed, and it can at least keep up with some of our larger ships. Let's get going. The British squadron has been pursuing our ship for several days. John Rathbone is the captain of the ship, and he's a true patriot. The fastest British ships caught up, and everything looks that soon our ship will be stopped and hijacked. So we've got the Fly there. The only chance is to move forward despite the enemies and hope for a miracle. In the hope that it'll be possible to get away from the Hounds, the main forces of the British squadron will not overtake us. So let's see what we've got here. The Fly is, what is it, a 6th-rate sloop? Hopefully it can do some damage against Dominion and Upshot. It's firing from both sides. It's got the wind behind it, hoping that will at least give it a chance to get away here. And I've got it on double speed. Oh, let's get these sails up. We are not at full sail here. I'd like to get moving a little quicker. Let's see what we've got behind. Endurance and Fawn. Endurance, if I had to get, looks like a 5th rate. And then Finch and Verity are fairly light. Every time that Dominion swerves to try to get guns on Fly, it loses a little ground. How does Fly like to sail? Looks like straight ahead here is the best angle. Maybe get a little bit to the side. Can't tell. I can open this. Nope, can't see it here. If we go a little more to the side, that might give us a bit more speed. Let's see. Yeah, now we're up at 9.2. And where are my ships? Can't tell how fast the rest of these are going, but it looks like Fly's at least making decent speed here at 9.1 knots. Time left is down to 7 minutes. I wonder if that's the timer for my ships to enter. I played through this whole campaign, but not for a while. Oh, we've at least got some contact here between Fawn and Endurance, knocking each other off course a little bit. So any of my ships, I think, can take these larger or smaller British ships. Our fleet patrolled these waters, and it looks like Fly now has a chance to survive. There we go. Opportunity to test our strength, death or freedom. All right. I'm going to ungroup these like I always do. And I'm going to sail straight for it. I'm going to try to make up ground and get there as quick as I can. I will watch because my ships all have different speeds, though none of them are absurdly fast. I think Kingfisher might be my fastest. And Ernie is a little slower, but everyone is at full sail. Forget what kinds of guns I had on Hancock. 9-pounders. Okay. So let's get Fly going directly this way. And maybe with Hancock, we'll just start peppering the fleet. I will slow down a little bit and get into a good position to just start shelling these ships. Hopefully do some damage to them before they get too close. There we go. Got some bounces off the side. We are at good range here. Maybe with Dart we can do the same. I'm going to aim at the sails of Endurance with Fly. And at the very least, hope we can knock some holes in their rigging. and slow them down a bit. So now we've got Dart lined up here, and Dart's going to be able to start putting some fire on Dominion as well. I think I'm going to keep Speaker going up the other side along with Vengeance. It's not a good angle for them against the wind. Wow, what is up with Dominion that they're just bouncing off their hull? So I'm going to try to get a little more distance between Fly and Endurance here. Because we have... Oh, Endurance is closing in on my ships. Wow. We must have quite the wind. Look how Dominion is capsizing? Is that a bug? Or did we just hit just the right thing? Either way, I'll take it. I'd love to capture a ship, but I'll take one that just happens to flip over entirely on its own as well. Now, where's the rest of my ships? There we go. We're nice and close to Endurance. I don't know if that's good or not yet. They're firing Grape, which is good for me because my hull armor is still pretty solid and Grape shouldn't do much. Meanwhile, I'm landing some heavy hits from close range with Hancock. Kingfisher's opening fire now, though those lighter guns on Kingfisher probably won't do much. Although, unfortunately, Fly is firing right through Kingfisher. That's my fault. I did that. Wind change to the northeast. Let's get Fly out of there. Might have to loop Vengeance and Ernie around since they're now sailing directly against the wind. That is not good. We had a hit to the, looks like a hit to the main mast of Hancock. Hopefully Speaker can reload quickly and we can hit Endurance again. There we go, nice and close for Vengeance here. Just need those guns to reload. Now really I guess I don't need to save Fly anymore. I looked at my objectives, I need to eliminate the fleet. That's what I'm trying to do here, is just knock them out. Oh yeah, let's get Kingfisher going after these little ones. Kingfisher... Yeah, Kingfisher's the one with the carronades on it. So up against these smaller boats, we should be able to knock those out quick. So where is Vengeance against Verity here? Let's turn a little bit, get some guns on Verity. Now it looks like Endurance might be moving to board me. Should I aim for the mast with Speaker? Dart's taking a lot of hits. And with my angles here, Hancock isn't able to do much. We can turn here and get a good angle on Verity. There, now Endurance is taking some hits. If you look at the armor gauge on the port side, that's starting to tick down. Oh yeah, let's get Dart's sails underway here. We need to get some range going between Dart and Endurance. Especially since they're firing Grape, that gets a lot less effective at range compared to our solid shot, which hopefully will punch right through their armor. There we go. We hit it. Took a mast off of Verity, so that is really going to limit how effective that ship is in combat. And Kingfisher's close enough now, it should be able to really beat up on Upshot. So that leaves Hancock versus Endurance, really, as the main matchup here. And Finch is taking some solid hits from Speaker. I'm going to try to bring Speaker around and get a little more fire on it. Upshot is not looking good. Let's see if we can get some fire from Dart on Endurance here. Upshot should go down shortly. And there we go. Speaker is firing on Finch. We have a good angle. We're firing on Endurance from with Hancock here. Yeah, there we go. Upshot is not going to last much longer. Not with those heavy Kingfisher. Or Green. I believe Green's ready to fire. I'm not sure on red and blue. Let's bring Vengeance around. There we go. Speaker is wavering, so I'm thinking that with... Verity is wavering. So with some more hits from Speaker, I'm hoping that should surrender fairly soon. There we go. We're able to get some shots on Vengeance from a distance here. Should really help. Even if we can just put some holes in the rigging, make them less effective. Some really good close range hits on Fawn here. Though Kingfisher's not having a great time against Finch. I'm going to try to close that distance and make the most of the heavy guns I've got on Kingfisher. And where is Fly? I lost track of Fly. Upshot's going to go down soon, I think. I'm just going to cut across the front of Fawn here. All my guns should be loaded. And we should be able to put some really solid shot on it. There we go. Took out a couple crewmen, did some more damage to it. Tough thing here is that Hancock cannot keep up with Endurance. So I might have to loop back around and keep this fight moving in a different direction. There we go. I'm seeing some big numbers for damage hitting on Finch. Upshot might still survive. There's a chance. And we've got good speed on Dart right now. Ooh, Endurance is coming back around. If we can get some range, it might be tough for Endurance to hit us. But I don't think that's gonna work out. Yeah, Endurance is a tough ship to bring down. I'm having a hard time maneuvering around that one. And even Verity is still kicking somehow. With Hancock throwing grape shot at me, I'm going to try to keep a little distance. And maybe that'll make the grape a little less effective. Get some more just bouncing off my armor. And hopefully I can knock out some of her guns and crew while I'm looping back and forth here. There we go. Finch is now in trouble as well. Got some severe flooding. Looks like the pump is broken as well. I don't know if this is just rough seas or what's going on with endurance being so low in the water. Doesn't say anything about having a flooding issue. And I'm gonna have Dart stop right here and just sit still and try to pound endurance for a while. I don't think upshot's gonna be too much of a threat to us anymore. Finch, I'll be happy if I can take Finch out with Kingfisher and just keep them off my back. Oh, there we go. We've got a shot at endurance here. I'm gonna have Hancock sit still, hopefully not run into Dart. And maybe we can just keep pounding on endurance while we're here. Maybe 2 ships to 1's gonna be enough to swing things our way. Hancock is not a super experienced ship for me, so they don't have that, you know, they're not just going to be knocking it out of the park on gunnery or anything like some of my other ships would be. It's a newer ship. But we're doing some serious damage to Finch. With those carronades, they should reload quickly, and we should be able to get a lot of metal on that ship. Alright, I'm going to get Dart and Hancock moving again. I'm going to order Speaker to fire on Fawn. Fawn's coming on hot, so I'm going to try to knock him out. Let's put a fly right over here and maybe just try to knock out some of Endurance's rigging. I'm just going to aim high on the rigging and see what we can hit. There we go, we got some chain shot flying through the sails. I don't know how effective that's going to be, but if we can maneuver and they can't, that could only be good. So one of my commanders got knocked out. Looks like on Hancock. Let's bring Hancock around. Get a little closer for these shots. After this broadside, let's get Fly underway. Don't want to let Endurance get too close. We are punching holes in their sails. Every little bit's gonna help slow them down and give me an advantage. Let's get Kingfisher coming back through here. Fawn is now in trouble. It's been taking some hits from Speaker and from Hancock. I don't know if I want to send Hancock or Kingfisher right through the middle again and just let it unload from on both sides with carronades. Speaker's really doing the tough work right now and trying to hold off 4 ships so the rest of my ships can all concentrate on endurance. Why is Fly not moving? We've got to get Fly out of there. So Endurance is taking hits now. It's definitely not as strong as it was. Maybe get Dart just a little bit around here so they can... Whoa. Big change. The wind's going the other way. Not sure how to handle this one. I'll send Kingfisher through the middle of everybody. But this does make sailing much more complicated. Let's see. Ooh, Kingfisher took some hits on the rigging here. But if they can get a broadside off, those carronades are very dangerous up close. Looks like we're taking some casualties from musket fire. Might be able to knock out upshot with this. Kingfisher surrendered? What? This is what I get for sending a little ship in there. Alright, I'm missing a ship here. What am I... Where did you even go? This is bad for me. I just completely forgot about 2 ships that I had. That's embarrassing. If this all goes terribly for me, I deserve it. Deserve every bit of it. Alright, we've got a pump broken on Finch now. So let's aim for the waterline. We can maybe get some more hits below the waterline. We can get this guy to sink. There we go. Fawn is also in trouble. And Finch is down. Finch has sunk. Hancock had a very bad time. How many crew has it lost? 30-something crew? Maybe if I can keep the other ships off of Kingfisher long enough, they will jump back in. I'll pick the colors back up and keep fighting. I'd love to capture a prize, but right now I just want to win. I want to survive. Let's slow down Dart so we don't run into Speaker's line of fire. Hancock is in a good position to let's take on Fawn. There we go. Firing right through the sails of Fawn and into Endurance. I like it. We'll just aim right at the gun decks with solid shot on Fawn with Fly. Maybe we'll turn Speaker a bit and try to get some more fire on. Can't believe I just lost track of those 2 ships and let them go wherever. Could really use Kingfisher back. In a close range brawl like this, having those carronades would be huge. Let's see if we can get some shots at Verity here. Nice and close range. Doesn't look like we're doing a ton though. All right, now we got it. Got some good fire on Verity. And Dart's just firing into this mass of ships. Hopefully they get a little bunched up. And we can keep getting shot in there. Let's see if we can get Ernie and Vengeance on a better course. Pick up a little speed. No, this seems to be about the best they can do. Ernie's making 11 and a half knots. So not too shabby. And now it looks like Fawn is going to break soon. Upshot, I'm amazed Upshot's still in the battle after this long. Let's just cut off Verity with Fly here and land a nice solid broadside. And as Verity comes up, Dart's going to be able to hit it from the other broadside. I would not want to be on Verity right now. Actually, I wouldn't really want to be on any Napoleonic warship, but that's a separate discussion. I could have used Vengeance. I'm going to try to turn a little bit and get Hancock to fire on Fawn. I'm going to see if I can get a boat from Dart to get Kingfisher back in business. There we go. Fawn is sinking. All right. Verity has surrendered. So I'm going to take that ship. Let's get Dart moving again. Wonder why Kingfisher surrendered in the first place. Do we have any shots outgoing from Kingfisher yet? Not just yet. I'm gonna have Verity sit tight. I don't want to waste time sailing, crew sailing. Not that sailing's a waste of crew, but when you need your... Oh, let's get away from Fawn. Don't want to be near ships that are on fire. Maybe we can wear down Endurance and get it to surrender. That would be great. Something... Did we lose some rigging on Kingfisher? Where are my other two ships? Making progress. So now Speaker's going up against Endurance, trading broadsides. Speaker will not win that. And I'm going to try to chase with Kingfisher, see if I can overtake Upshot. No matter where Endurance is, it's going to be taking cannon fire. Hopefully I can get off another broadside with Hancock while I'm waiting here. And are my reinforcements coming up yet? Very slowly. Not worried about Upshot. Kind of just waiting for it to die at this point. Hoping it doesn't explode while it's close to me. That's my main concern with Upshot. And I'm trying to keep Speaker in gun range here. Make sure I've got the angles right so it can keep firing at Endurance. There we go. Upshot does not have long left. It's got all the warning pips here. And lost a lot of crew. And is still... There we go. Now it's sinking. But it's still very close to Dart. Kingfisher's pretty damaged here. It looks like it lost the jib. Or is that bowsprit? I don't know. I am not up to date on... Well, up to date's probably not accurate considering this is a couple hundred years ago. I'm not very knowledgeable of sailing terms, let's put it that way. It's all going to be about trying to eliminate Endurance. So I'm going to cut Dart up toward Hancock. Let's see. Kingfisher, I'm going to try to get nice and close. I'd like to capture Endurance, but it's going to be tough with all the crew they have. I'm going to aim for the mast with solid shot. Ooh, lots of misses here. And let's see, can we get Kingfisher up a little closer? Alright, looks like they've got just a couple guns, a couple chasers firing at Kingfisher. That's not a lot of cannon. Alright, now Fly is putting some fire on them. What does Fly have? Some 6 and 9 pounders. Not huge. But over time they'll do some damage. What are you shooting at? Oh, just this rowboat. Took out a couple crewmen on Dart. But I think we might have won that one. Let's bring Kingfisher around and keep firing at them. Endurance might be a 4th rate. They're considerably larger than my 5th rate. And I did lose I think it was last battle I lost a 5th rate. Just took too many hits, I couldn't keep it afloat. Trying to find a good spot for Ernie. That's only got 6 pounders. Does Vengeance? Vengeance also has 6 pounders. Maybe I can bring Ernie up through the middle and just try to put some extra fire on that way. Let's see what we've got. Landing a few here. Not very powerful hits from Fly. Gonna try to hold up Hancock here and land a really nice broadside. Hopefully I can get this broadside off before they get out of range. I'm aiming for their mainmast. I don't know. Doesn't really look like I'm hitting it at all. I am doing damage to their hull though. Now the challenge is just going to be keeping up because Endurance is decently fast too. Oh, and we're firing through Hancock, I see. I'm sure that's my fault in some way. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it looks like I was wrong. There we go. Took out a gun. A few other really good hits from Hancock. Now, Dart's on the wrong side for some long-range gunnery. Ernie is coming up fast. Look at that. Over 12 knots. Fly is just... Oh, no wonder Fly's slow. It's not under full sail. And Vengeance is doing its best. Let's get Speaker moving so that it doesn't get in the way of Fly's guns. And I'll match speeds with Hancock. Have it slow down as Endurance slows down. Just so we can try to keep fire on it as much as we can. Punching a lot of holes in their sails. It's going to slow them down over time, but not quick enough. And look at that. Look at the holes we've punched in this ship. I'm going to turn a little, and then I'm going to swing back away from the wind here so that we can try to get a broadside on them. And I'm going to slow down Dart so we get a better angle from with the wind in our sails so we can get a good gunnery angle. Let's bring Kingfisher up behind Ernie. And we've got Fly and Vengeance. Why is Vengeance stopped? I must have clicked something wrong. There we go. We've got some solid hits coming in from Ernie. Now, Speaker's getting a little too close. I don't know that I really want them that close to Endurance. But we're still getting fire on them. I would just love to take down a mast. That would be exactly what I need right now. Ernie's putting on a respectable show for a small ship. I'm going to swing Hancock a little bit to my right. Oh, it looks like Endurance is... It's interesting. Wasn't expecting them to turn that way. But now they're in gun range of Hancock. At some point, being surrounded by my ships, being worn down like they are, they've got to start getting a little low on morale. We see the armor being depleted on their hull. That's getting real low, so they're going to be more vulnerable to different kinds of damage, you know, with shot going right through and taking out crew. Fly and Speaker are right next to each other, which is not good for me. If Fly fires a broadside, it's going to go through Speaker's rigging. Gonna back off the sail on Dart right now so that I can get a better angle on Endurance. Gonna wait until we've got him right in the middle of our broadside range and then anchor it. Should really have just about everybody firing on Endurance here. Yeah, Kingfisher does not have the range for this. It's not what that ship's meant to do. In one of my other playthroughs, I took, I think, a third rate and just loaded it down with the heaviest guns and carronades I could. It was terrible at range, but it was decently fast because those guns are lighter. And at close range, it could do crazy amounts of damage because it's firing, you know, 24, 32-pound shot against comparable ships that are firing 12-pounders. Kind of what I was thinking about with Kingfisher here, but I think it's too small to really pull that off. And look at the gunnery we've got going on Endurance right now. This can't be sustainable for them. The biggest challenge is going to be keeping my ships from firing at each other by accident. Luckily, the Endurance absorbed most of that broadside for me, so we're good. I've got Kingfisher running about parallel to it. Let's get Dart going again. Just a lot of ships to keep track of. No, it's only 6, but well, it's 7 now because we have Fly. We started with 6 of mine. Let's see how quick we can bring this guy about and turn along with Endurance. There we go. We're doing damage. They're just about out of armor on the port side. I'm going to try to have Speaker ride alongside with Grape Shot. We'll see how this actually goes. I'm expecting to see, since they have no armor left, some really heavy crew casualties. Nope, not that heavy. Not that heavy at all. However, it is wavering. This is what we need. We're almost there. Where's Kingfisher? I'm going to send Kingfisher straight up. Let's get Fly in front of this. I'll slow down speaker. I wonder if that was just an unlucky broadside. There we go. Now I've got, was it 6 guys down? 10? All right. That's what I need to see. And my regular shot's doing a lot of damage here. I am taking a bunch of losses on Hancock. 70 crew. But I think with all the ships I have, I can keep this up longer than they can. There we go. That's a lot more. And now Fly's joining in, doing some additional damage from the front. Let's actually get speaker out of there. It's too close. And they're too powerful to just comfortably ride alongside like that still. There we go. A couple more hits coming in from Hancock. I don't know if I've got enough to board. That's the challenge, is I don't think I have enough crew. I'm worried I might lose a boarding action. All right, they're seriously losing hull integrity here. Let's get Fly out of there. See more crew. I think the crew losses are what's going to damage their morale more. Vengeance taking some pot shots, arcing those in nicely. And let's see how Hancock is going to handle this. Slow down speaker a little bit so we don't outrun endurance by accident. Hancock should have a broadside ready to go now. Wow, for the amount of fire I'm seeing, not what I would have liked to have seen. It was a bit underwhelming. Luckily, a bunch of their grapes just going off into the ocean here. Vengeance is landing a couple. Not a ton. And now I'm going to have Dart go alongside and bring in some grape shot as well. Let's have Hancock slow down, make sure we don't intercept that for them. Let's get speaker moving again. I mean, how many casualties are they going to take before they surrender? This is brutal. They started off, they've lost over 100 crew on that ship. Yeah, I think they started off with 280. And now they're down at 170. And it's going to be lower. See, Dart's doing a nice job here. Where's Ernie at? Let's pick up the speed a little bit. Looks like Kingfisher's gonna fire another one. Like, come on, guys. How long before you don't have enough guys left to sail the ship? Yeah. Oh, I was going to capture it. But it looks like that's not going to happen because they sunk. I had one guy wounded, had a couple commanders promoted, so that's good for us. Should see their skills increase a little bit. So that was a costly one for us. Let's see what our repair costs look like. And to use reserve crew, I've got to keep the Hancock top of the line. Also lost a captain there. Let's see. Anyone have any skills that stand out here? Not really. Just roll with this midshipman. Dart, not as bad. Let's take that gunnery perk. Speaker, pretty similar. I'm going to keep that using experienced where I can. I guess where I have to, more accurately. Because I want to keep all those crew perks going. Alright, and Ernie, barely a scratch. Andrew Doria really escaped there. Could have been bad for them. Not a bad battle to have to sit out of. Let's take a look at my career points here. I've got one. Looking at what's next. I always forget to do this first. Should always do this one first. Let's just up the officer training speed so they get better faster. Challenge, 1650 money. Let's take a look at our options here. So we need to run blockades, provide some escort, send 3 ships to that one, divide and rule. Now we can take out some escorts. We'll send that one. We've got pretty high chances of success. Hopefully these work out. Continental Congress, we get the Delaware. Let's take a look at that ship before we do anything else. 6th rate corvette. So it's a different class entirely than the other 6th rates we've got. 30 guns. The other ones we have are 28 on 2 decks, so it can put 9-pounders on the bottom deck, or 12-pounders if we go King's guns. We'll get that one sorted out later. We took some light damage to a few of our ships here, but we got the 11,000 money. And we took medium damage to Kingfisher, but again, we got the 11,000 money. Now we have Revenge. We're going to deal with Block Island. Let's take a look at what this looks like. So we've got attack and capture. It's not entirely clear there if it's going to be fully a naval battle or fully a land battle, or if we're going to need some warships. So first, let's get this Delaware up and running. It's easy enough to just pick the top officers there. I'll leave basic guns on it for now, worry about that later. We need to, let's get some reserve guys going. Oh, got career points? Nope, no career points. Let's fix up Andrew Doria. Fix up Kingfisher. Ernie got beat up, but we've got an upgrade here. Alright, so we got 27,000. And we might need all of it to outfit Minerva and our other troops for this expedition. So since that was a long battle, I think we're going to call it there for today. We'll pick up next time with the Battle of Block Island. And thanks again for watching. Hope you're enjoying the series and have a good one.